This week, President Trump is struggling with that budget agenda we just reported on, but the ongoing tariff agenda also continues to struggle, even though it sometimes is in and out of the headlines. But for many Americans, the ingredients of the manufacturing that is a part of their daily jobs is still going up in price. Trump's new tariffs on steel and aluminum are in effect, and that means cars, planes, home builders, oil drillers, all impacted. And we don't really know where we're headed. Trump has a commerce secretary who has just been blatantly changing what they say the goals are. I'm old enough to remember when they said we're going to get 90 deals in 90 days. That's not happening. And the concerns have gone from the original market shakeup, Republicans initially saying, well, we'll give it time or giving cover, to now Republican leaders clearly seeing that Trump hasn't completely backed down and wondering when is this going to end? Here's a pretty incredulous Republican senator proposing a hypothetical offer from a foreign country.
Okay, Mr. Secretary, you win. We're going to remove all tariffs and all trade barriers. Would the United States please do the same? Would you accept that deal?
Absolutely not. Okay. Absolutely not. That would be the silliest thing we could do.
What are you negotiating in these trade deals?
Why would we open our bank account and their bank account?
Why are you negotiating trade deals? No tariffs, no trade barriers. In return for us doing the same, you would reject that.
The point is, you've got Republicans who are out in the open pressing Trump officials. Now, this might not be the most important topic to everyone, but all these conversations we've had, when will Republicans stand up on this or that? Well, clearly when their own constituents are looking at this kind of costs, rising prices and tougher to hold on to jobs in the long run if something doesn't change, and suddenly you find they're much more vocal. I mean, that's going right at a cabinet official and basically saying it doesn't make sense. You got to make a change. Out in the country, it's not really a partisan issue. It's approaching 60% saying, looks like this hurts the economy. That 43% that thinks it's boosting the economy is very close to Donald Trump's floor. He often gets somewhere between 38 to 43% of voters, and in Trump land, facts come second. So whether you really think it's boosting the economy or you're just MAGA, that's how you get to 43. As for the majority, they don't like this anymore. And you can see it is still the biggest mistake people say Trump has made in these early 130 days. To get out to reality and the facts, we call on someone who reports pretty much exclusively facts. Jacob Soboroff, our friend and reporter, is in a warehouse in downtown LA as part of this series where Jacob is out with real people in real America. I'll let you take it from here, Jacob.
All right, Melber, they do not get any more real than Bobby Javahiri, who is, I have to disclose, not only the president of Yedi Housewares, but my brother's best friend, a former rec league basketball teammate of mine, but most importantly, someone who is really feeling the pain of those tariffs. Those new steel and aluminum tariffs you just mentioned, he's feeling the pain. The tariffs that were announced at the beginning, he's feeling the pain. I'm going to let him explain. Bob, tell me what we're looking at here, and just show us around. Let's go.
Yeah, so, Jacob, Yedi Housewares, founded by my dad, Yedi Javahiri. He's 93 years old. He comes to work every morning.
Stop 1 second, Bobby.
Yeah.
This is your signature product. What is it?
This is an Evolution air fryer, and it is a multifunctional air fryer. It's a dehydrator air fryer, all in one box that has been impacted by the tariffs, both in 2018 or 19 and currently as well.
So walk with me. Take it nice and slow. Explain to me what goes on here and how the tariffs are impacting you guys.
Sure. So basically, all of our products, from dinnerware all the way to rice cookers, all our small appliances, air fryers, sous vides, have been impacted by the Trump tariffs.
That's all this stuff. But some people might say, Bobby, why do you have so much stuff here?
Oh, so basically, in January, when the president got elected, we tried to front load as much as possible in anticipation of the tariffs coming in, but with the thoughts that the tariffs would only be 10 to 20%. Thankfully, we were able to bring in a lot of products in, but we're going dry. As you're going to be able to see downstairs, we don't have that much product left.
And so, you know, you're conservative, right? I mean, is that fair to say?
Yes.
I heard you say elsewhere, you don't feel like the government's working for you. Why?
Well, I mean, the government's supposed to be kind of like your teammate, right? Kind of look out for you. But in this case, we as I've said this before, we feel like we're collateral damage in the middle of a trade war where our government's supposed to be supporting us. I feel like we're getting stabbed in the back. And, you know, there's many obstacles in business, but your government shouldn't be an obstacle when you're trying to conduct business. It's not, you know, we're staying up day and night trying to figure out how the heck we're going to get through this.
But even though there's a lot about Donald Trump that you happen to like.
There are things that I could like. There are things that I do like about the president.
After you.
Which you raise a great point. The 47% or 43%, whatever Ari just showed right there for you, you know, those guys need to have the courage to say, hey, we're MAGA, but we disagree with this policy. Because this should not be a political issue. This should be something that people need to understand. It's going to be impacting and affecting everyone. It doesn't matter. These tariffs are not going to be discriminating against anyone.
You're one guy, Bobby.
Yeah.
And hang it right here for me. Go around these boxes.
Sure.
You're one guy, and this warehouse, I mean, it looks big. I think probably to people on TV, there's a lot of product in here. But we're talking about, I mean, there are countless people that do what you do to the tune of hundreds of millions, billions of dollars.
Sure.
So explain to me what we're seeing here is emblematic of what's happening on a national scale. Go ahead. I'm going to follow you.
So, as you mentioned, we've been doing this for 40 years. We're one of the pioneers in the housewares industry. There are hundreds of thousands of other importers of housewares goods. I'll just give you an example. Today, me, and I'm sure many others, got their Christmas orders for Ross, for example. I got my Christmas orders for Ross today.
So you sell to Ross?
Yes, I
Who
do.
else do you sell to?
TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Home Goods, et cetera, et cetera. But I just want to let you know, if I got an order today from Ross with price increases implemented in those purchase orders, surely Ross is going to be raising the prices on the goods that they are going to be selling in Christmas. So that is a real example that I can
When
share
you
with
hear the
today.
president say, no, the price is not going to go up, it's not going to affect people, is it true?
You know, it's so far from the truth. And one more that's just keeps running in my head that is so far from the truth is tariffs are paid by us. We pay it, and in turn, we try to pass it on to the consumer, but in many cases, we're absorbing it ourselves.
Bobby Javahiri, Ari, there is not a better guy, I'm telling you, on planet Earth than this man. It takes a lot of courage, I feel like, to come out and talk about this, especially with, you know, being honest about your politics. This guy works very hard. His family works very hard. This is a family business they've had for a long time. They're hurting. And he wouldn't do this if they weren't hurting. And I'm grateful to him, and I'm grateful to you for sharing his story.
Yeah, I appreciate hearing about it from real people. Every small business, medium or large business has a lot of real people in it. And when we look, I mean, the visual of the boxes, we were saying here, I was just watching you guys, the visual of how much you have to stockpile. And again, for what? What is the rationality of this ongoing trade war and tariffs if at the end of the day, off-ramp looks like it did 6 months ago, and all these extra costs are passed on to both you and your consumers? It's pretty striking. There we have the overhead shots. Appreciate both of you. Thank you for joining us here on MSNBC tonight. We are going to fit in a break. When we come back, the court loss I mentioned, the Trump administration being accused of Kafkaesque and inhumane tactics as these cases continue to be a big headache for the mass deportation agenda. Stay with us.